there's a gospel musician who has refused to pay a supplier. Now she was supplied items worth 3 million shillings for her house. Now the gospel musician has is not receiving calls. It's not willing to pay after more than 1 year. The supplier, what he did, he saw the pictures of the gospel musician online. She posts pictures of success. She owns big cars. She was building a very big house. And she looked successful generally. So when this supplier saw that she has everything, he was convinced that even if I give her on credit, she will pay. She will pay. And what happened? After 1 year, she has not paid. The problem is there's no agreement. This person saw the musician as a very successful person who cannot fail to pay. 3 million for her is small amount. And that is how we normally judge people, based on how we see them online, based on how the picture they portray online. And that is what I said yesterday of the forex traders. Most of them are not genuine. They portray a picture of success. You may think they are very successful, but they are not. There's a target, there's something they're targeting. So that is what they saw from that supplier, saw from the gospel musician. Now, online, people behave differently, and the reality is totally different. So, on the ground, if you go, people are broke, people have debts, people have loans. The same case. The gospel musician used to be a secular musician, and later on, she started her own church. But now, she's also married. And now they were building a house, a family house. And clearly you can see they are struggling because the house has taken more than 4 years without being complete. So the one major problem or mistake that the supplier made was to give tiles on credit without an agreement. Just because this is a celebrity, she'll never fail to pay. Then now his calls are not answered, and he has been told to do what he can do. No, when there's no agreement, even if you go to court, there's little you can prove. Because even if she says, I paid you in cash, there's no way that I paid you in cash because that is how you supplied the items. You did not give me a receipt. So that's what happened. So when you're supplying items to these people, one thing I came to notice is that these people who look like celebrities, people who look like very successful online, majority don't pay. Majority don't pay. So what you do, if you are supplying items to them, make sure they pay in advance. If you are offering services to them, pay make sure they pay in advance, especially these politicians. You might think he's very rich, he's going to pay. You go and do some work for him. When you're doing the work, he's a very good person. But once you finish, you go, they never answer your calls. So make sure before you go, they have paid you. And that is what you should learn today. Don't trust them that they are going to pay because they are rich, because they are influential. Most of them don't answer. And once you go outside that gate, you'll never see them again. Even if you go to court, they'll manipulate the court. Even if you go to the DCI, they'll do the same. So there's nowhere you can go. The only thing you can do is to leave them to God. So before you leave them to God, make sure any service you offer or you render, they are paid in advance so that once you go outside that gate, you have your money and you have done your work. So that's the mistake the person did. How can you supply tiles worth 3 million Kenyan shillings to a person who's not your relative, who's not your close friends? You're not related in any way. You don't know where you'll get them just because they look successful. And you're doing business not in an official way. And you know you cannot mix business with friendship. You don't know how people behave. So that is the real mistake. And this is a musician, which is a gospel musician, which is doing this thing. So whenever you supply items, make sure you are paid in advance.